Hello again, it's me, the guy with the YouTube channel, and today we're going to be doing another review, which I haven't done one of those for a while. I know, right? You know, that nameless episode series. It's really getting to me. But anyways, I have time to do a review, so I'm going to do it. Anyways, Ultraman Tiga. There you go, review. So, yeah, today we're reviewing the Bandai Tamashii Nations Ultraman Tiga renewal version. There's a figure. Figure fell over. Here's a box for the figure. There's not a whole lot to say about it. They're honestly kind of making them plain these days. But as long as we get good figures, that doesn't really matter. But it's shiny, Ultract, just my pants. Yeah, shiny. It's shiny and purple, and there's stuff, and Tiga is advertised looking a lot more silver than he is, and there's not a whole lot to say, and I kind of like the older boxes with the speckles and sprinkles making up a picture of the figure. Anyways, on to detail. Well, actually, no, history. I'm not going to go over history because it's way too long. Basically, he appears in 1996 in Ultraman Tiga, his own series, and appears again in Ultraman Tiga and Dino Warriors of Light. Ultraman Tiga, Dyna and Gaia Battle in Hyperspace, although I think before those two movies it was Ultraman Tiga, The Final Odyssey, and then he appears a bunch of other times. It's really long. Look it up on Ultraman Wiki or something. Anyways, now on to detail. This is a Ultra, so, Ultraman detailing is usually very plain, but, we got the feet, and they got their soles and everything. There's nothing on the bottom, but there's a seam going along the feet, which is good. The patterns are all sculpted in and then painted, which, just because there's no paint slop. And you got red, purple, which is a very nice looking purple. You can actually tell it's purple, unlike some other Tigas where they make it look blue. Yeah, and we got the two other colors for the two other modes. Obviously, red is power, purple is sky. Yeah, got the pattern. It's nicely done. One thing I really like is that they painted the joints purple on one side, round on another, and then the bottom is silver. That's just really nice that they made it blend with the rest of the figure. But yeah, we got the zipper spine going down the back, and it's nicely sculpted. We got his chest protector with the gold in it, which he gets from Camilla, or however you say her name. Because he used to be dark, and then he got the powers from his teammates, and then became good. And we got the gem in his head, which allows him to change form to the other two. Just look it up for yourself. It's a good series. And the color timer is nicely detailed too. It's a nice, vibrant, clear blue. Finger in the way there. The eyes have a nice sculpt texture to them. And they're clear. They look kind of plain, honestly. They're coming out as looking a little more yellowish on camera, but they're just kind of plainish looking eyes, even though the box makes them look yellow. But yeah, head is nicely detailed. A little weird thing on the back there, and yeah, that's pretty much detailed. One thing I do really like is that the fists are nice. I like the way they sculpted the fists. Unlike the older style of Ultrac, where that doesn't really look like you're gonna hurt someone if you punch them. This is like straight out gonna smash your face open punch right there. It's very nice. So on to articulation, if we can focus. We focused in the end. So articulation, the head can look up about that far. There's two joints. Actually, there's three joints. Two in the upper half, one in the lower half. One of them's a ball joint peg, so you can pop the head off there if you want. You can look down about that much, and you can turn a little bit, go like that, and all that fancy schmancy stuff. And the shoulders are ball jointed, so you can go all the way around. With a very annoying creak, we'll use this shoulder because it's not as creaky. And there's a hinge on the outside of the shoulder, so you can move up and down. And then a bicep swivel, which moves the shoulder with it. These parts can also kind of move, but that's just because of the way they're attached in. Double hinge elbows, so you can bend quite a bit there. Ball joint peg system in the hands. There's a swivel at the very base where it connects right there. A hinge right there in the middle, and a very slight ball joint used as a peg to hold the hand on. It's very minute. Honestly, you cannot use this thing as a ball joint at all. You have to rely on moving around the hand and the hinge to get different motion out of it. And then we have two joints in the torso, which both can allow them to look down about that much and back about that much. Rotate a little bit for both of them. They're ball joints. Leg joints, initially they move that much forward and that far back. Pull down that much forward and that much backward. There's a swivel in the lower half. Double hinge in the knee, which I can actually get a little more if you play around with it a little bit like that. And the ankles are honestly kind of lackluster. They move that far down, that far forward. There's a swivel, and this is how you do ankle joints. Are you paying attention, American companies? You do a swivel, a hinge, and a pivot. You don't just compromise, one for the other. You gotta put all three in there. Don't just put the stupid pivot. Like, it's a useful joint, but not useful when you can't change the direction the foot's facing. Yeah, anyways, and a toe joint. So a lot of articulation there. You can also kind of wiggle these a little bit. So yeah, there's a lot of articulation with this figure, obviously, because it's ultra act. Although one thing I want to point out is flight poses are not very easy because, see, the feet, they don't go together that very well, and you can kind of play around with it to get a flight pose. But yeah, the older body type, as you can see here, can get flight poses a lot better. Also, kicking poses are very hard to get out of this new body type that they've been using, because it's like, that's the best I can get. Other people have kicking poses like that, so yeah. And that's just something I did on screen here. So yeah, there's that. And for accessories, wow, Tiga's actually standing. So for accessories, first of all, we get hands. So first of all, we get chopping hands, and Tiga fell over. And we get some grappling hands. I'm not gonna, well actually I'm gonna put one of these hands on the figure, and we'll just sort of leave it like that the rest of the review. Yeah, when you're taking off the hands, hold as close to the joint as possible and pull at the wrist, at the hand. And again, apply all pressure to the hand and not the joint, and just ease the hand on. Kind of like how I'm doing here. Yeah, there you go, you got your hand on there. I'm not gonna bother putting any of these other hands on. Honestly, these grappling hands are actually kind of a hassle, so when it comes to Ultrax, this will become your friend, because some of these things can be really humongous bitches to put on. And let me tell you, I've almost snapped off one of the hand pegs on this figure. So yeah, there's hands. Next, he comes with the standard for all Ultrax, a color timer, red color timer. All Ultrax except like 7 and Yulian come with a color timer. So yeah, there you go, color timer. Oh no's, almost 3 minutes. So I pull that out, swap it there. And he also comes with a Zeppelian ray charge effect, which, you put it on just like changing color timer, except you put the Zeppelian charge on, and then you gotta get him posed. You have to have 2 chopping hands, but I don't. You get the idea. Charging up the Zeppelian ray. Speaking of which, he comes with the Zeppelian ray. This thing is a Titanic bitch to put on. End of story. Actually, I didn't really go over detail that well on the Zeppelian charge effect. It's very nice. As you can see, there's a white spray in the middle there. Got the purple lens flare piece there. Very nice, very nice. Same goes for the Zeppelian ray. It's nicely done. I don't really like the way they're sculpting beam effects in the Ultrac line. I liked what they did before they started doing renewal versions, where they actually had holes going through the beam. Now they're just one solid piece, and they have a burst at the end. I'm not going to put this on. If I have the time, I might fit some pictures of the figure in at the end of the video. If I can do that, I will show you what these accessories look like on him. Yeah, also for that, we get these alternate chest protector pieces, which I'm just going to put one on for now. But what you do is you just put this on here like that. Oh no. So you got to put the back part on, and then peg the front part in. And now you can move the arms much farther in than you could initially, as you can quite clearly see. Good for the Zeppelian ray. So that's that. Oh wait, one more accessory. This is very important. We get this little thing. What you're supposed to do, you're supposed to take a Tamashii stand here, put it in there, then there's this little plug on the back of the figure. You pull it out, and you put this in, and then you can have him on a Tamashii stand without the use of a Tamashii clip. So yeah, there's that for you. And use that to stand him up, because now we're going into sizing. So for sizing, I don't have any Tiga monsters, so here's the closest thing. King of Monsters from Ultraman, Tiga, Dyna, and Gaia Battle in Hyperspace. Now, I'm pretty sure Tiga and King of Monsters did not fight in that movie. I'm pretty sure Tiga only fought Skyla. Yeah, Skyla. I don't have Skyla, actually. But yeah, this is pathetic. King of Monsters is way undersized. Like, even if we get Tiga in a fighting pose, which I'm going to kind of do a little haphazardly here, like that. Kind of like that. Even when he's in a fighting pose, King of Monsters is still way too tiny. So yeah, King of Monsters is the literal runt of the litter. the litter being the Bandai figures. We'll just, there we go. Here's Bajiris from the same movie, because I don't have Skyla. Sure, why not? And of course, here's our Lord and Savior, Master Wu, because Wu is love, Wu is life. Here's Ultraman Leo. This is the original Ultrac, not the renewal, just to compare body types here. Yeah. Here's Ultraman Powered. Just this is the vinyls. Show you what he's like with a vinyl. And I don't have the time to pull out the standard figures, so we'll just pull out one. Here's the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 1995 Rebirth version. Yeah, this works. I mean, Tiga's supposed to be like 50-something meters, and this is 100 meters. And if this is 50-meter Godzilla, then this would work, but yeah. So on to the final part of the review, history of the figure and pricing. This figure was originally released in 2014 and was the standard Ultrac price of about $40. I miss those days too. And there was a reissue, which was reissued last year, I believe. I believe I have a reissue. And there were two retools, one for Power Type and Sky Type, which were in a 2-pack. And there was one just straight up repaint, which was Glitter Tiga, as he's called, which is just a clear gold Tiga, which came in a 2-pack with Camera or Camilla or whatever she's called. Which honestly, that Tiga's a waste of money, and they should have just released Camilla on her own. But anyways, that's enough about this review. For a rating, I'm going to give this figure a 9 out of 10. It's a pretty cool figure, but again, I have a few little problems with it. So yeah, now that I have the time, I might try and fit some little pictures of the figure in. So as I always say, Shmama Jalo means I accidentally ate the whole thing.